Hello, everyone. My name is Helga, and I lead marketing activities in Tietoevry Banking. And today I have an extra role as your host for this webinar. Topic for today is card as a wearable, where my colleague Tapio and our valued partners from Tapeeze, Filippa and Håkan, will give you some practical insights on how to stand out with card programs offered to your customers. Just some technicalities. First, all lines and cameras are off, except for the speakers. Second, I do encourage you to address questions to our speakers during their presentations, and we will gladly answer to your questions by the end of the session. To do that, you can use a Q&A function. I think it should be on the right side of your screens. And the last, at the end of the session, you will see a QR code, and we will also put a link in the chat box to a feedback form. Everyone who will fill out the form will receive a brand new Tietoevry banking card powered by Tapeeze, ready for you to be tested out. This is it from my side for now, and I will give the word over to Tapio.
Thank you, Helga. So welcome to our webinar. The agenda is very simple and straightforward. Started by Helga, then the introduction by me, and then going to the meat of the meeting by Håkan. And as mentioned, we always also will have a Q&A, so please ask questions and they will be answered too. But without further ado, let me progress to the introduction. Just a reminder for the ones who may not know us that well, among the listeners. So Tietoevry Banking Card Personalization is providing complete card services, meaning that we are procuring the cards on behalf of the customer. We manage all the services related to physical cards, and we are sourcing the cards from the big vendors in the market, Thales, G&D, TAG, and others. And also we are making use of the chips and technologies from other partners, including, in this case, in particular, Tapeeze. So as a reminder, what has been told before, and just reminding also where explaining why we are so very much interested in working together with Tapeeze, is that our credo is that payment cards are much more than just a popular means of payment. It's a daily touch point. It provides brand recognition. It provides different ways of differentiating from the competition, and it can be also acting as a token of customer appreciation. The consumers who are happy with the attractive cards that they feel that is reflecting their lifestyle, they are quite often telling and showing the card to their friends and families. And at the very best, this can provide a virtuous circle where they also want to have this fancy card that they would like to have. So this is about brand recognition, it's about marketing. Looking beyond of issuing just the regular or normal payment cards, there can be corporate branded cards issued by the bank or fintech, or co-branded cards with both brands visible. And that is, of course, something that many of you are already doing. Additionally, there could be an interesting option of customer choosing the brand or choosing the design of the card to reflect his own likings and values and style. And this is also something that we have discussed with you in earlier presentations and webinars. And this is actually exactly what Tapeeze cards, Tapeeze concepts can be used for as well. So how to use the card as a marketing tool, how to make it personal for the consumers. As of the attractiveness, we have, and now referring to the banking cards, we have presented different ways, 6 ways of how to make that happen, showing and making your bank's brand unique, attractive, and also looking at how the customers are different and how you attract different customer segments. And all this is very much in line with what Tapeeze is looking into, but in a new and very exciting angle. So, Tapeeze by Håkan Nordfjell, please go ahead.
Thanks a lot, Tapio. So today we're going to speak about redefining banking through cards. I know that sounds very ambitious, so let's see how we can do that. Let me start a little bit with defining the card market, because you might think that okay, we should just step on to the digital directly. So today I think the issue of cards worldwide is 3 billion contactless or dual interface cards per year. We have over 20 billion cards in circulation. The market trend on this one is pretty stable. So we see that some market is going up a bit, some is going down, but overall it's fairly stable. You know better, of course, for your own market. So the mobile is there. So we know that mobile payments is growing, but in most of the markets, and as you know, your market, it's probably less than 10% in most of them. So we are not at a tipping point yet on the mobile payments. It's getting there. But if I look at myself, so my generation, most likely I will have cards for the remaining of my life, or at least for a foreseen future. So the ones that will enjoy different type of payments is probably the younger generation, my kids and so forth. So today, by having that, today I don't know, too many cards in my wallet. Most people have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards in their wallet. That also means that you have a relationship to the card. You either love it, you hate it, you're neutral, you don't have much of an opinion, but at least it sparks something. So when we are saying redefine banking through cards, it's rather, Tapio, you can click. It's rather through emotions. So the card sparks something with you, or not, but it's something that is a talking point. So today, cards equal to mobiles is something that you have in your hands. You bring with you most of the time. Most of the people do. So if we then see what can we do with this power that we basically have in our hands. If we go to the next slide, Tapio. So unlock your creative dreams. That's why Tapeeze was founded in some sense. So the card that we are providing is a tokenized card. So if you think about your watch, your bracelet that you can pay with, it's tokenized. In the same way, this card is tokenized. It means that you will have a card in your hand that has basically the same security as you have in a mobile wallet, meaning that you have no visible card data, so no personalization. You don't have the name, you don't have the PAN, you don't have any MasterCard logo, you don't have any holograms, no signature panel, no magnetic stripe, which means that a card like this gives a lot of freedom. It's a freedom for design, it's freedom for the innovative materials. But we also need to remember that this is not something really new in your wallet in terms of the PIN. So you have the same PIN, the same account. So when you go out and pay with this card, and you're asked for the PIN, it's the PIN that you have already. Because what you did was you took a digital card or a physical card, and you link this to this new, as you see, the Tapeeze card. But the Tapeeze, that could actually be the bank's name. It could be any co-branding name. So if I look at at this card, it sparks some feelings. But what does it really spark? I think you can clip, Tapio. So this is what it sparks. So just imagine that I could have a card where my heart starts ticking. I want to go to a game. I want to see my friends before the game. I sit down in a restaurant. I have my jersey on. I have my cap on. I pull out my card. I do my payment. You can just imagine what that would spark around the table on the discussion. So you're fully geared, but even your payment method is geared towards what you want it to be. Then I speak with my friends and we go to the team store. And in the team store, you could actually have these cards hanging like a gift card. You take out your card, you do the normal enrollment of a digital card, and you link your card, and you have, in this case, a Liverpool card. So the great thing with these ones is that they are approved by the scheme. They are approved by Visa and MasterCard. They are pushing tokenization pretty hard on the digital side, and now it's coming into also to the physical side. So this is something that you can do with a card like this. And now we will go into much more in detail what it really means. So Tapio. So why a tokenized card? So there are basically two things. You want to attract new customers. So if you have a tokenized card and you have all of these possibilities to use this as almost a marketing place in terms of what you can put on the card. So you can attract new customer because you can provide a much wider offer of your products. And also, as you know, if you have a card you like, you use it and you become the top of the wallet. I can give you a reason. So a reason to have it, obviously, to attract customers, but it can also be to retain customers. So for myself, I've had my bank since I was 7, I think. So one of the larger banks in Sweden. So I do all my banking. I have my loans with them. I have my personal banker or a relationship manager that helps me and so on. But all the time, all over the years, I still get the same type of card from them. So I get a basic plastic card. It doesn't look much for the world. So some time ago, I decided I wanted to have something a little bit more fancy when I go out. So I got myself an Amex. So I got my Platinum Amex, which is a metal card, and it looks more fancy. So now, instead of being a super loyal customer, I actually took the step out and using another card for all my payments. So it's a little bit a loss of a business. In the long run, maybe I will even leave the banks now. So now I got a second bank, which is not Amex, but another fintech, and so forth. So it's also a very good way of providing something that I would like to have to keep me in the bank and keep me as a top of wallet customer. So with these cards also, you can improve the time to market, not only the width of the product that you can provide, because you need no scheme approvals. You don't have to have the scheme itself. You have no perso involved, and you can launch within weeks. And this we will break through or break down a little bit further into the presentation, because this is a pretty important part of why a tokenized card could be very attractive in terms of width of what you can offer, the design you can offer, and the quickness you can actually offer it. So Tapio, we can go to the next slide. So attract and retain. So let's go in a little bit more on the attract and retain part from your customer side. So Tapio. So attract, unlock market segments. So I'm sure you have been thinking about this. You've been thinking about how can you launch a card into a certain segment. Maybe you even have launched a card into a certain segment. For sure, you've done it in the private banking. But when you are trying to launch cards into certain segments, it's complex to deploy. It takes time. And it's also how many cards can I launch into this certain segment? How many wants to pick it up? If we take a sports team in Sweden, they are not so big, or anywhere in Nordics. So do I get the return on investment if I launch a full banking card into these segments? I guess it's doubtful because we don't see it too often. Just imagine that you could go into the lifestyle. You could offer Gucci cards, you could offer Tiger cards, you could offer Kasha card, whatever you can imagine. In sports and events, pretty obvious. You can launch cards related to any sports team. Private banking and VIP, you can have very exclusive material for these, but you can also segment it. You don't need to choose only the very high net value customers. You can actually segment it down to affluent customers and give them another type of premium product. And also going into the child cards. We'll step into that also. But this is only four opportunities you have. You probably have much more in mind what you could actually do if you had a card that is easy to launch. So we can step further, Tapio. So how to attract new customers? I think this is the one of the key points here. So you want to reach a new audience, and you can do that by distributing cards at events, airports, arenas, venues, and so on, where you usually don't have a lot of presence. And you can do this because it's a tokenized card. So before you have linked it to your digital or physical card, it has basically no value. So it means that it can also be much more out on the streets where people are. So you flip a little bit the acquisition process. The customers choose you before you choose them, so to say. And then you can improve the customer acquisition from only doing ads to also do physical presence. And I think here we have a very interesting case. One of our colleagues, he was going to Asia. He was flying over Finland. At the airport, he noticed that he had forgotten his cards. I don't know how that's possible, but he forgot his cards. But he was a Revolut customer. He comes to a vending machine. He sees the vending machine of Revolut, and he can issue a new card to himself. So he can go with a digital card and a physical card when he goes to Asia, and he feels more relaxed that he will be able to pay. I think Revolut has cracked the code in some sense because they have made it easy to onboard. They are accessible where people are. They have a width of their portfolio that we rarely see, and they put benefits into this. So just imagine you could do the same, but you don't even need the vending machine. You can actually be more hanging in the store like a gift card. People choose you, and they connect their card, or they download a digital card and roll. So basically what you could do here, you're accessible where people are, and you also turn the card into something that people choose to have. I want to have this card from you, so that's why I buy it. And then instead of just receiving something passively that they might not like. So this is a lot talking about the retail. If we look at the corporate banking, so you can go back, Tapio, one step. So if you talk about the corporate banking, you can also issue corporate cards together with enterprise. Very, very simple, as Tapio were discussing about the co-branding. So when you issue a card with the enterprise, you only need to discuss with enterprise. Where should their logo be? Where should your logo be? You don't need to involve MasterCard and Visa to decide how big and how small could the logo be, because you're in charge, so you decide. We can go further now to next slide. So the retention. So I guess you want not only to win new customer, you also want to keep your customers. A little bit like my case of my long-term bank, my incumbent bank, where I don't feel that I get exactly what I want when it comes to the cards. So you want to keep them. I actually been in a few meetings lately with your colleagues, so with some of the bankers, where they say, I don't really like this because I lose quite some customers because they see something shiny out there. And with shiny, they mean they see another card that they like, and then they add that card into to me. I take a new card as an end user or their end user, so they lose. They feel they don't have the loyalty from the customer, but maybe it's because the customer didn't have a choice. He wanted to have that card, and the bank couldn't offer it. So I think what we have been talking about before is that, yes, people have their incumbent bank. They take a second bank for something, for some easy of the transactions. I'm not so sure that's true anymore. When you start to take your second bank, you might actually change because that fintech, that neobank, that competitor of yours actually can offer exactly what you can, but maybe a little bit more width of the product. So if you look here, you can make the cards more personal. You can make the cards stand out for the VIPen exclusive. You can also offer sustainable options. So a sustainable option in this case could be a wood card. I know that most of the cards on the market in the Nordics Baltic is probably plus 90%, which is sustainable. So this would fit right into your portfolio to offer into that segment with quite some new cards, quite some interesting. So that means that by having this offer, apart from attracting new customer, you can also retain your customers. And a card you like, you use, you spend with, and you also earn more money. And remember, the fintechs, they have set the standard that people are now willing to pay for their card. So having the choice, having the width to offer, people will also use that opportunity. We can go to the next slide. So it's more than just the design. So we've been talking about all the nice things, the sports team, the luxury segments, and so on. But if you think about it, you have regulatory demands where you need to address all segments. All segments should be able, all customers that are with you should be able to bank with you. So just imagine you have in your customer base, you have elderly people, you have people with low vision, low hearing. It's sometimes a bit of a hassle for them to use a card. They might use cash instead. So if you have a product for them that would fix this problem, and it would be easy for you to issue it, because we also understand that this segment might not be so large, but to do special solutions is usually costly unless you can issue it in a smooth way. So here you could, just an example, you could issue a LED card for this segment, which lights up when you do the payment. So you can actually get a visible response when you do a payment. On top of that, you have no visible personal data. So you don't have the name, you don't have the card number, which make a person using it feels more comfortable because you don't know who is standing and looking over your shoulder if you're not so used to the digital era. I'm glad to say this is just not only talk, because actually I gave this card, or not exactly this card, not this design, but another design with an edge, LED edge, to my father. He's 80 years old. He has some hearing issues. So every time we go out and he do a payment, you hear a beep, he don't hear the beep. And he always asked me, did the payment go through? What happened? It has been constant now for quite some time. I haven't thought about it much, but when I had some discussions around this, maybe came up with the idea that maybe this type of card could make him relax, and it really did. So now when we are out and he's paying, he don't ask anymore. It's not that he will probably see a huge difference within himself, but I see it that he's much more relaxed paying and using the card. So with this in mind, you could also imagine that people that today use cash because of the probably convenience, or that they are a little bit scared of using the cards. you can turn them into to card customers by just a simple different design of the card, and you can address that segment. Okay, we can go to the next Tapio. So this is more than plastic. So let's see what we have in our portfolio. So Tapio. So give the customer the choice. I'm stretching that many times now, but if you have customers that are more sustainable but also want a talk about card, you can offer them a wood card, with your own design and to your own likings. You can offer metal and ceramic cards for not only the premium segment, but also the segment that are willing to pay for it. Obviously, you can differ your high net customers compared to the ones that is buying the metal card, but they're definitely a want of having metal cards. I think that the last figures from last year is closer to 50 million metal cards were released or were newly issued last year. Maybe it's even a little bit more. So they are a strong need for cards like that. And ceramic is just coming into the market. I don't know if you have ever tested a ceramic card, but if you have the chance, take it, drop it on the table, and enjoy the sound. It's pretty fantastic. Then you have the LED and glow cards, which we discussed about the LED, and then you have special effects where you can do the cards even in 3D type of things, and that might fit some of your segments. So these cards, I know that discussing with younger people, they say, I don't want card, I don't want anything. But if you put this in front of them, I know I did a test of my older daughter. She refused to have any card at all. But when I showed her the ceramic and the LED, she picked up those and said, I will go and show my friends when we are out and about, and especially the LED when I go to the pub. So basically, you have several uses of it. The good part here also is that these cards, as I say, you don't need to go through a tidy approval process, but all the cards are produced in CQM factories with all the card testing that you could expect before launching anything like that. So all the process is the same. It's just the final step with the external approvals and the schemes that you can skip in this opportunity. Tapio, we can go to the next. So quick and easy launch. So this is one of the really key points. If you look to the right here, you have fast deployment. So why am I saying that you can do it fast? And why do I say that you don't need to go through all the scheme approvals and so on? Because the one that is deciding the deployment is you. You only need to take in-house decision at the bank. So you're in control of the launch plan and you do not depend on others. So that's a key differentiator compared to if you launch a special card or a normal payment card into a sports segment or a lifestyle. You need to get a new bin. You need to do the graphical card approval. You need to do the electrical test. You need a card profile. And also here, as I mentioned, you don't need to do the traditional perso. So basically, you bring the decision in-house instead of being dependent on others. That means that you decide how quick you want to launch your products and into which segments. No one else will decide that. So what you do when you have done all of that and you want to onboard a customer, as we mentioned, for your new customers, they will probably download or onboard on a digital card, and they will link their card. For existing customers, depending if they're a digital physical card, they link the tokenized card, Liverpool in this case, to what they already have, and off they go. We can go to the next slide. So let's then speak about the activation and the app itself. So it's an easy onboarding. So basically, it's a tap and add functionality. So what you do is that you download the app, you tap the card, and the card is then added into the app. And that is done. The whole procedure of the tap is a couple of seconds or a very smooth and quick process. So that's not what is taking the time in this. Then you link the physical, also the tokenized card, into your physical or digital card, and you do it through your bank in your normal process. It's an activation process. And if you take this from start to end, it takes you maybe 2 minutes. So it's a pretty easy step process, not many things to do, and is very well guided. So it goes very quick. So it's an easy onboarding. And just imagine compared to all the parts that you need to do and all the send outs and so forth compared to this type of onboarding. You also have a white label application. So the app that you almost see in the photo is the Tapeeze app, but it can also be white labeled. So it will be fully branded by your bank. You customize the interface, the colors, whatever you want to have in it. And then it will be seen coming from you. So then you can say, then you can always have the choice, do you want to integrate it fully in your mobile bank? Do you want to have this as a separate? Some you can argue for back and forth, but one of the good thing it having as a white label standalone with your bank name is that in this app you have the chance to actually have your own links. You can actually do your own marketing. You can send offers and so on. And just imagine you use this application and you team up with the sports team. The sports team can actually do upsell in that app and so forth. So whatever you learn, you can also utilize from that, but also drive more usage from the end user. Mm? So we are coming a little bit to the end. If we take a look here, for my personal card needs. So if I could wish, this is what I would like to have. I would not like to have just my simple banking card. I would like to have something more. So when I'm at the games, as I've shown, probably I would have more than one card because I like football, but I also like ice hockey. So I would have my ice hockey team and I would have my football team. So when I am in a certain mode, I go to the city of my ice hockey team or around there. I will probably use my ice hockey team. When I go and watch English football, I will use my card. On the other hand, when I go out on dinner, so when I go out with my wife, or say for the singles out there, when you go out, maybe the first thing you want to show might not be your sports team. You actually might want to show off, do a little bit of a subtle impression. You have your premium card, the card that makes a dinner sparkle, or you have your metal card, you have your ceramic card of your choice. So that's when you want to be in a little bit more festive mode, or with family and friends, and with your spouse. So, and then I would like to have a card for my children. So I really would like to have a card that I, with card control, can set how that card would work. I give the authorization for my youngest daughter then to use this card, and I know that she will not overspend because I use card control to set the spending limits, and then I can get her in early age being more financial aware and also on the payment. And just imagine for the ones that now starts to be in the age and they start to communicate to school and back by themselves, maybe they need a card to be able to pay if something happens. It's a very smart way of getting the kids into the bank. And remember, I took my bank when I was 7, and I'm still there. At that time, I came with my piggy bank and put my money in. Now you can actually do it directly with a card and get them banked. And then when I'm with my friends, then I probably want something else. Maybe I want a LED card. We go out late at night. We do the after ski. I want it to be a discussion point. I show off late at night when it's dark, when I see all the happy faces and having a good time and having a very good talking point. So this is my request. I hope someone out there would like to amuse me on it. What we have been trying to do during this presentation is to show you that these cards are approved, a Visa, Mastercard. You can launch them easily. You are in control. You can decide the design of it, and you can decide the segments. You can do it for the premium. You can do it for the inclusion. You can do it for the kids, and so forth. Everything is up to you how you want to do it. So hopefully this has given you or sparked some ideas within you. We have come to the end. So Tapio, if you go to the next one. So here, I hope this sparked how you can actually elevate your card experience. So you have my contacts here, you have Tapio's there. Also, what I would like to stress is anyone of you interested, please reach out to your Tietoevry sales contact, and they can take you through the next steps. And if you want a demo, I'm sure they are more than delighted to come and show you the cards and so forth. So then back to you, Helga.
Okay. Thank you, Tapio. Thank you, Håkan, for the presentations. We have quite a few questions, so get yourself ready. I'll just read them out and pick up who sees the best fit. Okay? Okay. Could a merchant refuse to accept such a card, meaning the Peace card most probably, and instead request a so-called regular bank card?
So yeah, let me take that. So today, I think the merchants are aware quite a lot of different type of means of payment. You can pay with your watch, you can pay with your bracelet, you can pay with your card. So myself, I have used probably a set of 10 different cards with different merchants, and I've been going across both during this time Europe and Asia. I've never heard anything other than wow, what a card! What's that? And then you pay. So I don't see that. I haven't seen it. I don't consider it to be a big blocking point. At least we haven't heard about it. And merchants are probably aware of different type of payment methods.
And I would
Yeah,
assume
just
that it's kind of, sorry?
Yeah, just to maybe add that, of course, this as being a wearable, it means also that the POSs need to support the online PIN, but that's what they 99% do already in most parts of the world.
Yes.
Yeah, and I
That
wanted
is
to add
correct.
that most probably it's, as we stated in the beginning in the title, wearable. So basically, it's if your watch is accepted, your ring is accepted, why not just a different card? Okay, let's go to the next question. We already issue cards and support mobile wallets. What's the business case for adding Tapeeze?
So yeah, I'll take that. Hopefully that's a little bit what I try to answer during here. So if you have the digital cards, you want to extend that with something into a certain segment. Maybe you want to make a go-to market with a sports team. That's how you grow your customer base. You can launch your cards into various type of segments, so you get a much broader portfolio where you can serve, and many more materials that you can serve. So if you remember when I was speaking about launching a card fast, I say you are in control. You can do what you want, and instead of being bound by others, to get a little bit stuck in the process. So the business case, I would say, is a little bit up to what you do it. If you want to retain customers, you offer you do that. If you want to win customers, you're visible in spots where you have never been visible before. You flip the customer acquisition process in some sense. I can choose you before you actually choose me in some sense. You're out in the stores, you're like a gift card. You onboard more customers. That's, I think, the really big advantage. This gives you a tremendous flexibility. And just imagine, if you think back on how telcos were doing before, they had a lot of cold calling. They have quite a high cost of acquisition for new customers. And now they are out in all stores. I can just go and pick up my card. I do an onboarding, and I can start going with that telco. You can actually do that also as a bank. So you can be much more present out where people are to gain more customers.
Maybe
Okay.
2 points to add, just sort of general comments, is that as you see in the picture here on the right, Tietoevry actually is now having its own corporate payment card of sort using the Tapeeze. So when we are paying lunches or whatever with customers, so we can use the Tietoevry, or actually now with a new brand that was launched today, a Tieto card with our logo. So as a corporate, that's a very interesting and attractive thing to have.
Okay, thank you. And we have 2 more questions to go. Is it possible to configure the card so that it can be used only by clients of a specific bank? In other words, can the card be restricted for use within one bank's customer base only?
The short answer is yes. So you can do that. So if you want to have it for your use only, and for example for customer acquisition, you can absolutely lock it down to your bank. Exactly as a telco doing today with their SIM cards. So it's locked to them. Here the card would be locked to you. You do a branding with Barcelona and your name. You might not want anyone else to participate in your bank, and Barcelona will be seen together.
Okay. And then we have the last question today. What does it take to integrate Tapeeze with our existing setup, and how long until the launch?
So if you today use wearables, so you're probably connected. I assume every one of you are connected to Apple Pay and Google Pay, so you have VTS and MDES. You might also have wearables. Then you're connected to someone that is called Fidesmo. If you're connected to those, we are also already connected to you. If you're not connected to Fidesmo, you need to speak with MasterCard or Visa Contact, and they will turn it on. This is a very smooth process. It's more about turning on a switch, and all contracts is in place, and then we can start rolling out cards with you. So that's the first. That's the technology side. In the Nordics and Baltics, many are already connected to Fidesmo. If you're not, we'll guide you through that type of process. After that, it's very much up in your hands how quick you want to launch. So the cards is available to you. You need to decide the design. You need to decide where you want to launch into terms of what segment and so forth. But it's in your hands after that.
Okay. And just another question popped in. What wallet do we need to support to get the Tapeeze feature?
So you don't need to support any type of wallet, but if you are Apple Pay or Google Pay and connected to Fidesmo, then it works. So then you can tokenize your existing digital or physical card and put it on the Tapeeze card, as I showed with the enrollment part. And if I would like to add, and if you are a one-to-one, you want to launch with your bank, Tieto can also pre-configure cards for your existing customers, so you don't even need to do that enrollment.
Okay. Then Tapio, may I ask you to put on the QR to the feedback form?
Yes.
Perfect. I think this is it from our side for today. Please use the opportunity to get the card, to test it out, look, feel, try, fill in the feedback form, and reach out to us if you have any questions or concerns, or maybe you would like to have more detailed information on the offering. And thank you for joining, and thank you to the presenters for the very insightful information shared today.
Thank you. And maybe just to add that this has been recorded, it will become available, and also the slides will become available. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.